Hello everyone! I'm Rachel here and I'm coming back with you with some updates. I'm pretty excited. It's been an awesome, busy week. I actually have pretty much everything done this week. We got my date booked, we got flights booked, we got passport booked. Everything's done. It just happened so fast and I'm actually pretty excited about this. So here's some dates for you. April 4th is my surgery date. So that's like what, 5.5 weeks away? Oh my goodness, the nerves are setting in. It's kind of like I can't believe it's real. Finally got the passport taken care of, expedited that, so hopefully that goes off without a hitch. So I'm pretty excited about this. I kind of did a lot of reflecting this week and was just thinking I've been looking into doing some kind of bariatric surgery since I was 18 years old. I watched my aunt have the Roux-en-Y and saw through her whole entire journey, and it was a little scary. You know, she didn't really have any complications, but I remember sitting there looking at the paperwork and how they do everything and watching videos and stuff, and it was pretty intense, but I was naive enough to be like, I'm doing this. I'm ready to do whatever. And so some of the thoughts that I started thinking about this week are, I am in a such better place to handle this surgery. I think if I would have had it even 5 years ago, I feel like I would have failed in some way. I feel like I would have been one of those people that didn't change any of my diet, still would have drank pop and would have maybe just, consumed smaller amount. But after that first, honeymoon year, anniversary, or whatever they talk about, I feel like maybe weight would have come back on. And so I'm kind of excited that I went a different route and I went with a nutrition company and I learned about healthy eating and what clean eating is. And I am proud to say that today is my 3-year anniversary of cutting pop completely out of my diet. I do not even drink that stuff unless there's a little splash of rum in it every once in a while. But that was my addiction. I drank 7 to 8 Pepsis every single day. I never drank water. Water did not get into my body unless I bathed in it. So I had a lot of really, really unhealthy habits. And I'm so, so utterly blessed to say that I got to learn how to take care of this body. And through that journey, I actually was able to lose 100 pounds on my own. And then my body stopped and nothing responded anymore. And, this is some of the conversations that I've had with some doctors and getting testing and thyroid and all this stuff is, that extra 100 pounds was environmental. That was fast food, poor eating habits, lots of sugar, lots of processed stuff, lots of pop. And so when I eliminated all that out of my diet and I ate really, really good and healthy, those environmental changes gave me some awesome, awesome results. But I refer to the extra 120 pounds that I'm trying to get off as old fat. The fat that I've been carrying around since childhood. It is so old and it is so stuck. It doesn't want to come off. So, after, learning these things, I got a little down on myself with some frustration of, I'm eating lean, clean, and green, no pop. I'm watching what I put in my mouth, staying away from chemicals, trying to eat a lot of whole foods, organic foods. And it's kind of frustrating to be fighting that fight for 2 years and my weight kind of really not budging much. It's kind of this, down 10 to 12 pounds, up 12 to 15 pounds. without really changing my diet. I've added in personal trainers, done high intensity cardio, lots of weightlifting, and my body composition would change, but I really was stuck. And so that was a guilt that I was carrying around for a few years of what's wrong with me? Why am I broken? Why will this weight not come off? As I said in my last video, I could look myself in the mirror and say, if I was doing all these things wrong and I wasn't getting results, then at least I would understand why. But when you do things right, it's a little bit more frustrating for somebody who is envisioning a goal, envisioning, getting down to 165 pounds, and your body's just stuck and doesn't want to move. So I put together a list of some things that I'm envisioning for when this surgery happens and I have success and I get to utilize all my nutrition and all of my vitamins, because I am a vitamin junkie. I love them, I love them, I love them. And the fact that I got to transform my health, my asthma has disappeared, constant respiratory infections, constant bronchitis, sinus infections, gastritis, IBS, they're all gone because I learned some amazing tools on eating right and probiotics and, omega-3s and core vitamins and all this good stuff that I just feel like I'm so ready. I was trying to do it all on me, and not using surgery. That's why I fought for 2 solid years after that 100-pound weight loss to get the rest of it off. And I finally came to the solution of, you know what, the goal has not changed. The plan may have to change, but the goal did not change. I am so ready to fit into this new body that I've never seen in my adult life, and I'm pretty excited for that. So here are some of my good thoughts, some of the things that I'm looking forward to when I hit, when I get closer to that goal. To be able to shop anywhere, to not be in plus size clothes. I don't even care what size it is. I don't have a size like an 8 or anything that I'm gunning for. Really isn't. I just want to be able to shop in normal stores, and the day that I get to pick up a size medium or large in women's and not be in the 2 and the 3XL, be able to pick up a pair of jeans off the rack, that's not plus size, that's going to be a really good day. The other thing is to kind of blend in. I'm a pretty big, bold personality, so I never minded being the big, bold, loud girl. I was okay with that. I carried myself well. I had confidence. But there are times that when you're in tight spaces or you're standing next to somebody who's very, very thin, you feel very large. And you just don't get to feel like you can blend into the crowd. And there are days that you don't want to put your makeup on, you don't want to look spiffy, you just want to run out of the store and go somewhere. And I feel like being thinner, you're not looked at as much. I felt like one of the ways that I kind of scathed a lot of the derogatory comments growing up is to always have my hair done, makeup done, wear nice clothes, and it made me kind of be looked at in a different way. And that was great. That was awesome. But there are days where you just want to be in sweatpants and no makeup and run to the dollar store. And those are the days that I feel like I walk out like a very sloppy, not put together person. And I feel like those are the looks that you get that you're more judged. Because I can look entirely different without makeup, trust me. Another thing is, I grew up riding horses. I worked on horse farms. I barrel raced. I owe some of my weight loss to some of those injuries of being laid up and in back braces and knee braces and things for a long time. But I want to ride horses again and trail ride. We have access to horses and trails and things like that. through family and friends, and I just would love to do that. Another thing is, I've spent a lot of time in the gym. I've worked hard, but there's the mirrors are everywhere, and you can just see yourself, and automatically you see a fat roll here, double chin there, or you're laying, on the bench and you're trying to do, the lifts, and you catch a glimpse of yourself in the mirror and you see other people kind of looking at you, and you can feel so utterly out of place. And I want to work on myself. I am totally okay with nutrition and fitness and using this as a tool to get where I want to go, but I want to feel comfortable in the gym. I want to feel like I belong there, and I want to feel like all the hard work that I put into this has paid off, that it reflects exterior what I've done on the inside, because I've done so much healing and transformation between just a nutritional standpoint, but also personal standpoint as well. The other thing is too, I want to push myself further and do adventures. I feel like I've always had the adventurous spirit, but because of my weight, balance, not fitting everywhere, I kind of sat out on the sidelines a little bit. And my husband has really kind of pushed me out of my comfort zone a little bit this summer, and we did some fun things, and I really enjoyed them. And so to add to my list, I would love to learn how to ski. Not like dancing is really something out of my comfort zone, but I really want to do more dancing. That's always was something I really enjoyed when I was younger. I want to climb a mountain, and a real one, not like the ones in Ohio. I want to climb a real mountain, and I want it to be hard, and I want it to be challenging, and I want to do it, and I want to stay on top of that mountain, and I want to know that I belong there, that I worked for it, and it's just to feel that accomplishment of where I came from would be amazing. I would love to rappel. My church youth group did this when I was young. Another thing I stood out. And zip line. Oh my gosh, I would love to go on a zip line. I think that would just be so cool. And also, one of the things too that we don't always think about would just be to go to a beach. Not even like the tropical beaches or anything, but just like our little lake beaches, and be in a bathing suit and not feel so uncomfortable. So here are some of my scary thoughts. Here are some of the thoughts that maybe some of you awesome community of weight loss goers and people that have already gotten some victory, maybe you guys can help me a little bit ease some of the scary thoughts, because I would be completely crazy if I didn't have any, right? So first and foremost, I'm worried about the staples coming loose later on down and having some complications. I had 7 screws and a plate put in my ankle, and I broke my ankle, and 3 years later my body started rejecting those titanium screws, and they were actually starting to undrill themselves, and they had to remove them because they were pressing against my skin. So, and that was like titanium steel. I mean, that was that was the proper medical product to do that fix. And I'm thinking, okay, well, if that started kind of bouncing out after a few years, what's going to cause my stomach not to, I don't know, reject these? I'm a little nervous about that. I have to talk to the doctor a little bit more. But rubbing or irritation, I've seen a couple of videos where a few of the staples didn't look flush. Looked like it was a proper surgery, but there looked like there was a few that were maybe just, I don't know. But I'm like, do you guys ever feel any kind of rubbing or irritation or anything? The other thing is staying hydrated. Because if I traded my Pepsi for water, I am now a gallon of water a day kind of girl. I notice if I don't get my water in, I don't feel as good. I have more fog. I feel more tired. My joints hurt. So I'm worried that I'm not going to be able to get as much water in as I want to get. And gulping. That's going to be a hard habit on those hot days when you guys are, out playing around and it's just, you're just so thirsty Does it ever get better? I mean, I know it's hard to put a lot of fluid in at once, while you're healing, but does it ever get better that you can drink faster and kind of really feel like you're getting your water in? What is the other one? Oh, big one. What do you guys do for like your little hospital card? I always, I've seen people carry these little hospital cards that if they were in a car accident or something, they had to be taken to the emergency room, not to be tubed or something a certain way because it could damage your stomach. Do you guys get an ID bracelet? Like, what is your thoughts on that, and how do you guys take care of that or worry about that? Because of the whole tubing and injury thing. But some final thoughts that I have is I have such a peace about this. I mean, there's some still, like I said, nervous thoughts, but it's still, I have a peace about it. And I want to say over the last 5 to 10 years, there's some stress and some stuff in our life. I found it kind of hard to make decisions. I feel like I've kind of go back and forth, and I just kind of struggle with that a little bit. But this has surprised me that I've just been able to make this decision, have a total peace about it, and just feel really, really ready. I kind of spoke a little bit about the nutrition earlier, but I just kind of feel like this is the right time, that if I really needed to use this tool, that I'm ready for it, that I'm actually going to be the patient that uses it to the best of its ability, that I will be that person working out in the gym, I will be that person drinking water, I will be that person taking their vitamins. It was actually almost a deal breaker for me if I couldn't take my vitamins. I'm like, I love them. And then just like I said, the good nutrition, the green smoothies, the protein, my walnuts, my almonds, all of that good stuff that I love eating now. And I love sharing my nutrition with others that are maybe struggling with that just don't know, like I once did, whether, what's good, what's not. There's so much hearsay out there. But I'll tell you why one little secret. If it says light, and it says low fat or low cal, and somebody already made it, I don't eat it. I really don't. I pick up things like heads of broccoli, cauliflower. There's no nutritional facts on that. It doesn't need to be. We can look at it and know that it's healthy. Organic, grass-fed type beef, organic brown eggs. I just try to eat things that God made, not man-made. Now, there's always going to be some things that slip in there, your butters, your oils, different odds and ends like that. But for the most part, I shop the perimeter of the store. The only thing I eat from the inside would be black beans, brown rice, quinoa, different things like that I get in the middle of the store. Some broths, chicken stock, things like that. But for the most part, we are eating lean, clean, and green, as much organic as possible. 3 meals a day, 2 small snacks, to keep that metabolism going. And that's what I used to lose 107 pounds that I lost. And it felt amazing to eat so healthy, and your body feels different, because now when I cheat and I eat some cake or I eat, something at a picnic, I feel very tired afterwards. Like, I just want to take a nap. And that's my signal. I know that if I can stand up after a meal and feel like, let's go bike riding, that was a good meal choice for me. If I feel tired and I want to take a nap, that was a poor choice for me. And so that's what I've lived for 3 years now. And if anybody ever has any questions about that, ask me. I'm willing to share my knowledge with you. But until next week, I'm sure I'll have more questions or something else. But for right now, this is the big day of lots of updates, and I'm pretty excited. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.